Hi, I'm Maddie. Welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be walking you through how I've organized my Pinterest to maximize viewers and get your Pinterest account famous. I have made a couple of videos surrounding Pinterest traffic and blowing up on Pinterest, and you seem to love them every single time, so I am here to bring you another installment in that little mini series. And without further ado, let's pull up a screen recording and get started. Alright, so I have my Pinterest pulled up and I'm going to point out a couple of things that are on my account homepage. So the first is, as you can see, I have a lot of aesthetic photos at the top, and this is set to my most aesthetically pleasing board, and it will just pick new photos at random. So each time you go onto my page, you're going to see a different collage layout at the top. You should be able to set this up when you are setting up your business account. Which is the next thing I want to mention. I do have my account set to business, which is why it says 300 to 1,000 monthly viewers at the top. You want to definitely make sure your Pinterest account is a business one so you can keep track of all of your analytics. I've had several people in the comment section under those videos saying they've had issues with switching your account to business. I did this several years ago and had no issues, and they're saying like it wiped their account. So if that happens to you, I would definitely just reach out to Pinterest, because I personally do not know the answer to why that happens. Then sliding down, you can kind of see my analytics, but then I have featured boards. So again, with the business account, it allows you to feature several boards. Here, the boards that I have featured are my mirror board, aesthetic, clothes, art inspiration, and decor. So it will allow you to feature, I believe that is 5 boards, and you want to make them your best 5 boards that fully encompass what you and your account are about, so people can get a good idea of that and possibly follow you. So here is where if I wanted to promote pins, I could. And then down here you can see all the things that I have personally pinned to Pinterest. Now let's take a look at under the rest of the tabs. So community is simply who's following you and who you're following. Not too much to set up there, it sets it up for you. But now I'm going to go under my boards, because this is definitely where all of the organization stuff happens. Your boards are automatically going to be ordered in chronological order, so this is not like the featured section where you can tell Pinterest which ones you want at the top. So one thing that I think is super important is having cover images. So I'm going to walk you through how to do that. You just want to click on the board, and you want to go up to the 3 little dots and click on edit board. And then here is where you can add a board cover. So you want to make this a very aesthetically pleasing picture that encompasses what the board is about. So this one is hair, and I just really liked the simplicity of this picture, which is how I selected it. And then board name is obviously where you can name it. If you want to play around with downloading apps that allow you to use different fonts, you could do that. I just chose to put a space between each letter. You can do all sorts of things like keep the board secret. You can do lots of organization, but I just keep it pretty simple and just have covers for my boards. So I'm going to go into one of my more complex boards. Let's go into clothes. So under clothes, you can see that I have a lot of different sections. So sections are so important for keeping things straight and for people to clearly find things that they may want to pin on your boards, and for you to easily go back later and find certain pins. So under clothes, I have dresses, swimwear, pants, my personal fits, shirts, full fits, shoes, like painting, DIY clothes, and jewelry. And then the rest of it is just something that doesn't fall in to one of those specific categories, but is still definitely clothes. So that way, if I'm like shopping for shirts and I want to sort of, you know, get some ideas, I could just quickly go under to my shirt section and be like, oh, this is a cute tie-up top, let's go get this. And you can even like view products, you know, it's just too easy. Alright, so the next thing that I wanted to talk about is how to find good quality pins for your boards and sections. So if you want good quality pins for your board overall, you can just slide over here to the more ideas, and it's going to give you lots of pins that I think would go into your clothes board. Now be careful here and don't just randomly click the plus button, because it will not add it to a specific section. So if you want to add it to a specific section, you have to go through the process of actually pinning it, going to clothes, and then the correct section for that particular one would be dresses. Let's say you want a very specific pin. You want new pins for your swimwear section. Great, go to that section, click on more ideas again, and this will give you hopefully just specifically swimwear related clothing pieces to pin. I find it very helpful to have super clear organization on Pinterest, so I have tons of boards and tons of sections underneath my Pinterest account, so that way there is nothing that feels out of place on my account. However, if there are some boards that you just think are not the most aesthetic or you don't want to be a part of it, you can make a board private. So this is a very old board of mine called Your Pinterest Likes, and that is where I just have a lot of my old things, and I made the board private so that way people coming onto my account will not be able to see that board. You can also archive boards. So one thing that I noticed was I got invited to this board called Community, and I really liked it. Like, it looks like stuff I would post, but it just was not organized. Like, there are not sections on this board, the title was not right, and I didn't like how it showed up on my feed. So I just archived it, and I can still work on that board. I just don't have that popping up on my feed anymore. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about was how to organize your own personal pins, so pins that you personally create to go onto Pinterest. So to show you this example, I'm going to go into Aesthetic, which is one of my larger boards, and under here I have a section that is just called My Life. So these are not like exclusively all the pins I've ever pinned. I pin things like my clothes board and stuff like that, but here I can just easily keep track of the analytics of all of my pins from one page, which is really nice because when you start pinning things in different places, it can be hard to come back and find what you are looking for in that scenario, but this makes it so easy. Okay, that was a lot of talking along with me sharing my screen, so I wanted to make a segment with the main takeaways. First, making sure your account is set to business. Secondly, making sure you're featuring the boards on your account that best represent you and your aesthetic. 3, making sure that you're making lots of boards and sections to properly organize your pins. 4, making sure you're utilizing board covers to aesthetically represent each board. And number 5, make sure you're using the More Ideas tool to find the best and most aesthetic pins to add to your account. And number 6, make a separate section under each board for your own personal pins to easily keep track of your analytics. I hope that that helped you with how to organize your Pinterest to maximize your success on the platform. If you're looking more specifically for ways to blow up on Pinterest, you can check out the description box for the links to the other 2 videos I have made on that particular topic. While you're down there, be sure to give this video a thumbs up if it helped you out, and click the subscribe button along with the bell to be notified every single time I upload a new video or go live. All those things really help my channel grow, and I would appreciate it so much. I will see you in my next one. Bye!